Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the Vrooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today we're gonna be testing this beauty in multiplayer, the McLaren MP4-31. That's right, it's time to do a pro test of this car, because oh boy, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now, why am I actually looking at this car? Well, I think it's obvious. That is because right now, as of me recording this video and as of the video being released, there's a car hunt going for it. And well, I'm actually very late to make a video about this car hunt, but I thought, hey, might as well do it, right? So, in the car hunt, you're able to acquire this car if you pay the premium, which is obviously, as usual, $10, and you're able to unlock it at tier 1. So that is the main car of this one. If you're curious about what are the other cars, at tier 20, I believe, or is it higher? I don't know, maybe it might be on 20 or is it on 30? No, it's on 30. Over here in the premium lane, you could get the Arenera E Husaria, which is a Class B car, and I don't know how it performs. I have it, but never upgraded it, so who knows. And on the free lane, you can get, I believe in tier 37, the Lotus Evora Enduro, I think that's what it's called, the one that it's of rank 1322 with the big wing. It looks great, and it's not a great car, but either way, that is the current car hunt, and that's what you could get. So, I wanted to make this video precisely to, well, if you're curious, hey, this car looks really dope, should I use it? Is it useful? That's what we're here to discover, and for that, of course, I'm gonna go into multiplayer in the Classic season now. Disclaimer, full disclaimer, I already done a couple of races with this car because I was already recording this same video that you're watching right now, but I discovered that I had the wrong voice applied, so that was not good, so now I'm re-recording, and here we are. But anyway, this is the amount of races I have right now. We're gonna drive this car and see what we get, so let's start this up. Now, as of me releasing this video, everything already happened yesterday. With the Vision Gran Turismo already made a video, link should be appearing in the top right about now, where I talked about this car being removed and whatnot, though that video was recorded before we had the information as to the compensation we were gonna get for the car's removal. Now we know that the compensation consisted of 5,000 tokens, 20 direct upgrades of Class S, 40 wildcards of Class S, and I believe it was 500,000 fusion points. So the rewards aren't necessarily the bestest thing out there, and yes, I did just say bestest, that's totally a real word. It's not amazing, and like I said, we the content creators were pushing for Gameloft. Oh god, what just happened there? We were pushing for Gameloft to provide us with better rewards overall. Unfortunately, well, we got what we got, but still it's a little bit better than it was supposed to be originally. So hey, the smallest wins, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not super happy about the rewards either. I can understand why Gameloft did it, but I still believe some people actually already... Jesus Christ, the nitro on this car. We'll talk about this car, don't worry, we'll talk about it. But right now I just want to quickly address the whole thing with the Vision. I did see people saying like, hey, we should have gotten a master key and a an ultimate upgrade. And I agree 100% because that's exactly what I suggested. That's not what we got, so unfortunately, it is what it is. But oh well, if you want me to talk more about the Vision Gran Turismo, I can make another video where I get to talk a little bit more about the Gameloft's perspective, some questions that have been had about the why the car was removed and why Gameloft didn't do this or do that. There's some stuff that I can talk about, but I don't know if you want to see a video about that, so let me know in the comments if you want me to make a second video talking about the Vision Gran Turismo before it gets removed, because I would love to drive it some more, so let me know. But anyway, for this race, I ended up in 5th place, beaten by a lot of things and defeated a couple more things. I'm not gonna pay too much attention, because honestly, the race was bad, because I was too focused talking about the Vision Gran Turismo, but now, let's focus. And since we just spent like a minute and a half talking about a car that is not related to this video, now let's talk about this car, and I'm gonna make it super easy for you. If you were to ask me, DBT, should I get this car? The answer is no. We're done. Thank you for watching. No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real, I don't think this is a car that you should go for unless you really like F1 cars. Other than that, I don't really think, or if you're a collectionist, I suppose, but other than that, I don't think there's really a reason for you to go for this car because, well, let's be frank, it's not particularly good at anything. In fact, it is pretty bad at one thing, namely the nitro. This car has absolutely garbage tier. I'm fine. It straight up has garbage tier nitro. I would say probably about as bad as the Brabham, and you know that I've hated the Brabham's nitro for a long time now. Yeah, this is pretty damn bad overall. So the nitro is definitely the first thing that is gonna jump out in terms of, oh god, this is no good. Now, acceleration, it's pretty alright. And the handling, it's actually quite alright too. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that, oh my god, the handling on this car is garbage. No, it's not. What happens is that a lot of people got used to how this car used to drive before it got rebalanced, because this car was already on Class S, but it was in an UG rank, and it got rebalanced to be put at the, you know, at the top of the bracket, though obviously not at the highest rank, but whatever. All right, 6th place, things went sideways, so I don't know that we can get a lot of information from who beat me, so let's pretend none of this happened and just go for another race. Totally. The rank of this car was like 1850 something. So like 52, 53, something like that. So close to the top of the bracket, but not quite there. Now, the problem with this car is that, well, being an F1 car, it had absolutely insane handling. It was one of those like, oh my god, it drives insane. And because it was a relatively old car with the crazy handling, also came insane skidding. You know, I've talked about how the other McLaren, the other F1 car, the one in Class A, the MP4-31, skids. Well, this is also, or was, a massive skidder because of the crazy handling that it had. Now, like I said, that is kind of a thing of older cars with really good handling. It was something similar with the Apollo IE, which after it got rebalanced, oh, come on, man. I'm fine, and my nitro's completely gone. Jesus Christ. It's fine, I'm like last place. Oh, I'm actually not last. I'm third to last, that's fine. So, like the Apollo IE that had pretty good handling, it also used to skid, but once it got rebalanced, it lost some of the edge that the Apollo IE used to have, but it completely got rid of the skidding, which was really good news. So this was a very similar situation where now this car doesn't handle anywhere as near as good as it did. That's not to say that the handling is bad, but comparatively speaking, yeah, this feels much heavier. But again, it's not bad handling. Some people just love to exaggerate because things are not the way that they used to be. And yeah, unfortunately, people do exaggerate about this, but alright. Just about everything beat me. I did beat a Vision Gran Turismo. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss you, man. Fine. And now that I think about it, I would actually go as far as saying that this car has good handling. Now, obviously, nothing at all compared to what it used to be, but it's not bad. It actually, I would say it's on the good side. Nothing special either. It's not like, oh my god, this is on the top tier of no. Just alright, you know, it's fine, it's good. So that is alright, acceleration is alright. So what is the problem with this car? Well, I just said it, it's the nitro. I think if there's one thing that people should focus on about what is bad about on this car, it's precisely the nitro, because oh boy, you're gonna suffer. If you're a triple tap player, triple tap nitro player, you're not gonna like this car because you just can't do it. You're gonna run out of nitro in so little time that you're gonna be frustrated. Now, because I tend to do a lot of perfect nitro, you can sort of manage it, but even then it's still a bit of a stretch and I find myself having troubles. And that is why I don't really drive this car much in Classic Season. I'm doing it right now, you know, so that it gets matched against people who are probably gonna be going triple boosted and trying to get the best results. Instead, I bring this car a lot in Master Season because, as I've said a million times already, Master Season is where you get to drive the weird cars and still get some decent results. I think it's a much more chill season, all things considered. So that's where I get to bring some of these strange cars that may not be necessarily great performers and still have some fun driving them. I got this time a second place, I think because some people just got on the lives halfway through. Got defeated by the Bayen, but I did beat a Cian, Batista, and I'm okay, I promise. Now it's actually kind of curious to think that the MP4-8, the one in Class C, it's sort of a similar situation to this car, that it also has absolutely atrocious nitro, right? But that car in that bracket is actually really good, and that has to do with the fact that, well, first, it's a car that it's at the very end of its bracket, meaning it's in the 1410 bracket, but being at the end means it's 1412, meaning the highest rank that bracket allows. That is not the case for this car. This is very much in the middle of the top of the bracket. It's 1860, where the top of the bracket is straight up 1864 right now. But leaving that aside, you know that the ranks don't necessarily tell the whole story. There are some cars that are in weird brackets or weird position in the top of the bracket, and yet they're still amazing cars. But what really makes the difference is the acceleration. The MP4-8, the one in Class C, has absolutely bonkers acceleration, and yeah, it suffers from the nitro, it definitely does, but the acceleration is able to give it quite the advantage at the start of the race, and then from there, it's really your job to make sure to manage your nitro to stay ahead of everybody. Now, are there cars that can defeat that car in Class E? Absolutely. If a lot of cars, if driven well, can definitely put a good fight. They don't have the acceleration, but overall they do have the stats to put up a good fight. However, this car doesn't quite work like that, and we'll get to that in the next race, because now let's see what happened here. I got defeated by a Faraday, and I did beat a Jesko Absolute Triple Boosted. Look at that. A Guerra RS. This is unboosted, so it doesn't count. And a McLaren Solus GT. Damn. All right, that was a considerably decent result. Oh boy. 12 people in a race where you end up running out of nitro with just about any car, and I'm driving this thing. This is not gonna go very well. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what I wanted to show, how this car is just gonna bring you troubles. And you know that for the most part, I'm always looking at the bright side of things and being like, no, I feel like the car, you should go for whatever you like. And I mean, to a certain degree, I still hold that if you really like F1 cars, like I do, and you want to have this car, then absolutely go for it. But the reality is that the performance of this car is gonna let you down. Now, like I was comparing it to the MP4-8, while that one has also garbage nitro, the acceleration is what gives it the edge. But this car, in this bracket, this acceleration, while it isn't bad, it's nothing at all to write home about. There's a lot of cars that can out-accelerate this thing. And I'm not even talking about the most insane OP cars. No, just regular cars that can still beat this car in terms of acceleration. So then, if it doesn't have the acceleration and the handling is just alright, then what does this car have? Well, really nothing. Like I said, nothing to write home about. It is not that, other than the nitro, it's not that it sucks at any other thing, but it just doesn't do anything especially good to really compensate the fact that this nitro is just straight up atrocious. I don't know if it's supposed to be like, hey, but it has the handling of an 1861 car and an 1860 car, but that really doesn't even matter. So, yeah, overall, it just, nah, don't go for it. Again, only go for it if you're a collectionist, you like F1 cars, you like McLarens or things like that, but if you're thinking that this car is gonna give you good results, it will not. It will disappoint you, and well, this is what happens. I got the fit of I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm getting over it. Maybe someday I will. Oh, I didn't wait for the little spinny things to finish, so now it's gonna take me out to the menu. Okay. Leave those things. Oh no, here we go. I got the replay button. Dope. Now, if you want to get a heart and a pin, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be disappointing performance for what should have been an amazing F1 car. First person to post it gets the heart, the pin, you know how this works. But I do mean it. I'm very disappointed with the general rebalance of this car. I'm glad that it no longer skids, but this nitro is seriously just insanely bad. And like I said, the car just doesn't have anything else to compensate it, which is unlike the situation with the MP4-8, as I just mentioned for the past several, I don't know how many races. So yeah, I don't know. It is a bit disappointing. I wish this car was better, because man, it's the only proper F1 car that we have in Class S. Again, the X2 is not an F1 car, because it's not an official car. It's a concept. It's electric. It doesn't vroom. Come on, F1 cars are meant to vroom hard, and then you have those electrics, and they sound horrible. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. So yeah, I don't know. Now there's a situation where supposedly, according to GameLab, they said that all the nerfs of cars were done, and by nerfs I just mean that they decreased the rank of cars. So all the cars that they hadn't decreased the rank for, they were gonna go up. And you mother, I'm fine. And the other F1 car at a rank of 1773. If true that no car was gonna be quote-unquote nerfed, should also be put in Class S. But that just seems weird to have both the MP4-25 and the MP4-25 and the 31 in Class S. And if we do, I can't expect the older model to this to be better than this, so does that mean that would also be extremely disappointed? I don't know, I would honestly prefer for it to stay in Class A, but to make it a really good car, like proper good, because man, the disappointment with this MP4-31 is just immense, and my day is ruined. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, it is a bad car and it is disappointing, but it's fine, whatever. Like I said, the best place to use this car if you have it upgraded, then bring it to Master Season, you can have a lot of fun with it. But over here in Classic Season, nah, I don't recommend you to bring this thing. So, yeah, I think making this video, even if it's at the very, very end of the car hunt, I hope that it helps anybody that maybe you're gonna have like last seconds, like, oh no, this car hunt is gonna end in the next 2 hours. Should I go for it? Maybe you're gonna have like a last second impulsive spending idea. Again, it's up to you, but I really don't recommend it if what you're looking for is performance. If you're looking just for a fancy F1 car, then sure, go for it. Just be quite aware that this is gonna be pain. But some cars are pain, and maybe that's why we love them. Well, not really, at least not in a game. You expect a car to be good, but oh well. Oh, it's McLaren versus McLaren, and he just out-accelerated me like that at that jump. It's fine, whatever. And look at my nitro. I'm doing perfect nitro, and I still run out of nitro. What? Jesus, this is so bad. It's all right. Whoa, whoa! I've never seen anybody do that. That's cool. You get some extra. Oh, very interesting, mister. I appreciate you for showing me that trick that I've never done. Do pros normally do it? I don't know. Is it good? Who knows, but there you go. That is a McLaren MP4-31. What a beautiful car, what a terrible performance. And now you know. So, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to get to the 10,000 subscribers because yes. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.